Cybersecurity threats are a growing concern. According to Security Intelligence, ransomware attacks grew by 41% in 2022. Phishing attacks increased by 48%, with reports of more than 11,000 incidents costing businesses more than $12 million. To better understand how to prevent your business from cyber attacks, we're joined by Michelle Gilbert and Mark S. Lee. Thanks to both of you for coming in this morning. Mark, let's start with you. Why are we seeing an increase in these cyber attacks?
Because there's an increase in technology, and the cyber criminals have become that much more sophisticated. And I think that we as consumers and as business people, we've gotten very relaxed, and that we're letting our guards down. So therefore, a combination of two or three things, you're starting to see an increase in these cyber attacks.
And Michelle, why are small businesses being targeted? Is it because, like Mark said, they're kind of a little lax and maybe they don't have the knowledge to fight these things off? Why are they seem to be more targeted at this time?
Sure, there are a couple of different reasons. First of all, small businesses are increasing their digital footprint, so they're easier to find. And as well as that, cyber criminals know that small businesses aren't investing as much in cybersecurity because they tend to not have the same type of budget as a larger business, so they're easier to prey on.
Yeah, they might have to allocate some of that business to cybersecurity threats. So what is the best way for them to protect themselves against these threats?
There are several ways that small businesses can protect themselves. First of all, they need to protect every single device that is connected to their network. Okay, think of it this way. If you have 7 doors to the house and you were only locking 1 or 2 of the doors, you're still leaving an opening for a criminal to get in. The other thing is you have to take advantage of those software updates as soon as they are available for every single device. Usually those software updates have patches to help rid from these cyber attacks. So they're really, really important.
So Mark, employee education and training, obviously very important when it comes to cybersecurity. Is there enough resources for that? Where do they get it? Is this even a thing?
Yeah, absolutely. The resources are there. You can go online, you can Google cybersecurity programs, if you will. A lot of those programs are online. I encourage people to go online and sign up for those programs. This is important, and Michelle is spot on. Once the update comes out, you need to update your systems immediately, because if you don't do that, you're at a greater risk. The bottom line from a small business standpoint, Chris, is a cybersecurity attack can wipe out your business. Small businesses do not have the same financial resources as a larger business, so it's important that your employees are trained. It's important that you as a business owner that you're trained. Make sure that you're keeping your systems up to date, because that cyber attack can wipe out your business and wipe out all of your financial resources.
You know, in the small businesses you talk with and have contact with, is it one of those things where they're not proactive enough? They only really think about it once it hits them?
Yeah, I think, and that's part of the problem. I think people, again, we've gotten relaxed. And I think there's an awareness issue. People need to understand the risks that are involved with it, and don't be relaxed. Don't be too lax about it. Make sure that once that update comes out, just do it. Educate your employees and talk about the importance of it. The bottom line is ask yourself a very simple question. Do you want this cyber attack to put you out of business?
I think the answer to that is yeah, probably not, exactly. So Michelle, over the last little while, even with small businesses, they have a lot of employees working from home and some in the office. So how do you train up employees who are maybe working at home compared to those in the office? And is it like a blanket training, or is it different for everybody?
Well, I can only speak on behalf of what Comcast does, and we have employees who work remote, we have hybrid, and then we have employees who come into the office every single day. And we all go through cybersecurity training, but we also get fed to us almost like mini tests every so often to see if we fall for it. And I will admit that I actually almost fell for one just the other day. I looked at it and I was smart enough to check the email address before I clicked on the link, thank goodness. But that's the importance of just having that ongoing education, because there are new attacks all the time. That just like our technology is changing, the technology that cyber criminals are using continues to increase. So we have to make it top of mind for employees and put them through continuous training and education.
Yeah, and when you say that is a company's main role to help the employees, because I mean they're on the front line, so it really falls on the company.
I have seen statistics running from anywhere from 65% up to 88% that a cyber attack starts with an employee clicking on the wrong link.
Yeah.
So it's important for all of us to do our jobs.
But even something as simple as changing your password.
Yes.
Change your password. I actually sat through, okay, we're having this conversation. I sat through an online cyber security program just the other day, and it was focused on changing your password. And as a result of that training session, I went back and changed all my passwords. And I realized that my passwords were very common. And the cyber hacks know that. Once they latch onto your common password, they're smart enough to realize that you're probably using a similar password across all of the entire network. So something as simple as changing your password will help protect your business, protect your resources from these cyber attacks.
Yeah, Mark S. Lee 1234 doesn't cut it anymore.
Not anymore.
No, you got to
They did
change
for a
it
while.
every once in a while. So Michelle, what kind of technology solutions are available to help small businesses combat cyber attacks? You know, is there something like we could even download, or is it much more complex than that?
So for a small business, I can tell you that Comcast Business offers a product called Security Edge. And in essence, what it does is it protects every device that is connected to your business's network. And again, so that way it's blocking your employees from going to bad sites. It's constantly scanning the system to make sure that nothing is coming in that looks bad. Similarly, for consumers, there's technology that will do that for your home network, and it's really, really important. Even if you are not a customer of Comcast, check with your technology provider and see what they offer, because just having software on your laptop to protect from viruses is not enough anymore.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask, and you know, don't laugh at this as too silly,
No,
but what about
not at
like, you know, your Alexa device, or you know, printers, or everything's still connected. I mean, can they infiltrate these?
So that's a great question. It's not a silly question at all. We, on average, have about 27 connected devices in our home, and we overlook the things that don't have screens. Alexa, the printers, the cameras, even our washing machines. So any device that's connected to your home Wi-Fi could potentially let a threat in if that software is not updated.
All right.
When you use the Wi-Fi, by the way, make sure you use a secure Wi-Fi network. Never use an unsecure Wi-Fi network, because those criminals they can be sitting right next to you and they can swipe your personal information out of thin air. Always use a Wi-Fi network that is a secure network to protect you.
Yeah, that's a great tip. All right, Mark, thanks a lot for coming in. Michelle, thanks so much for sharing these tips.
Thank you.
Hopefully we can help some people avoid cyber attacks at home and in the office.